All right, a lovely day for flying. Almost perfect day for flying, except that the return that I took to Kohl's apparently doesn't just go to Kohl's, it also goes to Staples. So I bought a big pile of stuff with me. I was able to turn half of it to Kohl's, but I'm going to be walking around with this plastic bag full of junk until I get to Staples, which is quite some distance away. You know what? I'm just going to go fly and then go to Staples. That is a nice blue day. I love these clouds in the sky. And the wind is not terrible, which is actually kind of amazing considering the amount of clouds and stuff. You'd expect that the days between storms would just be blowing like crazy, but no. I mean, even considering how fast the clouds are moving, I wasn't hardly feeling any wind. Something I did notice immediately, though, was that my signal strength kept going in and out. Several times and it dropped down to like 5 or 6 megabits per second, which, you know, usually floats around 60. And you can see I'm not that far away from myself. Pure line of sight. I have no idea what was making all the interference. There was some guy in a truck. I mean, you can see he's got his little door open or messing around. I don't know. He was just hanging out there. And then, of course, this weird child molester van. For all I know, it's got some crazy radio equipment in there that they're transmitting, I don't know, secret codes to aliens with. Ooh, shiny. So for whatever reason, I had some signal interference, and then it just went away, like it was never there to start with. It's just every once in a while I could see this, big warning thing popping up on the side of my goggles, the thing it does where the signal's about to drop out, and it flashes orange and red around the area to let you know your signal's in trouble. And then it just didn't do it. Yeah, I probably should have contacted the guys on the Chico FPV Discord channel and seen if any of them were interested in flying today. Yeah, but then again, I got that stupid bag of stuff I have to take over to Staples in order to finish my Amazon returns. I think I'm getting into the laser etching business, so I've got like this whole thing I'm setting up with air cleaners and whatnot. I'm not too sure if any of that's going to apply to FPV unless I get the laser to start cutting out frames. That's a possibility. Maybe start building my own quads. Mostly I'm thinking like just, etching stuff. It's a really cool laser etcher. Apparently it can cut stuff without burning it. It uses ultraviolet light. It's really crazy. You should go look that up if you're interested in laser etching. That is like some really neat tech that has come down the pipe. Oh, and I also ordered a Speedy B25 airframe. I think I can either remove my O3 air unit over there or maybe just pick up another O3 air unit. They're inexpensive right now, and I think the pictures on them look great. I know the O4s are fancier and prettier, but I don't know. This looks like a great picture to me. I'm not complaining in the least. Complain a little bit how long these batteries last. It's awfully short. I think 1 or 2 of my batteries kind of sucks, and then 1 or 2 of them are great, and I haven't got around to marking it to figure out which one's which. But I did find out about some, I think these are 450s. I found some 550s online that supposedly will fit perfectly into the Pavo. Those should be here any day now. They keep telling me they're about to deliver them, and I still haven't seen them yet. I was starting to feel a little bit of the shake on my fingers again with the sticks, but I managed to calm down a bit. Not too sure why I'm starting to get the nerves flying. Of course, I think I get the nerves doing a lot of stuff. Just gotta stay calm, gotta stay focused. Ooh, gotta enjoy those pretty solar panels. Man, these things are sexy looking. Would be nice if I lived in a place where they had like an entire field full of them to fly around. I'm not just sure they would appreciate me flying around all their fancy solar panels, but it would look really cool. As far as I'm aware, there isn't anything more. The only place that has a lot of them is that one Butte College campus. There isn't like an entire power plant of them or anything like that around here. We do have a cool dam I can go fly around some point. I'll have to head out to Oroville and go check that out. Somebody I know got video of it when the hole sprung in the side of it. That looked incredible. I mean, not so incredible that we're all kind of worried that the entire dam was going to collapse and flood the area, but it looked like a really cool video just for being a video. I guess as cool as it is, it'd be pretty shitty to wish for a natural disaster just so I can get some really cool footage. I am liking how this 360 camera allows me to track the drone when it flies by. And that doesn't require a public disaster in order to get some cool footage. I think this another battery's just about down. I probably should stay on top of maintaining my batteries. Only charge them like an hour before I head out. As soon as I get home, put them in storage charge. I am never going to do all of that. That is just not going to happen. I mean, at most, try not to slam them into the ground and try not to overcharge them. I think that's about as responsible as I can get. I'm not too sure how many times you're supposed to be able to reuse a charger or reuse the batteries before you chuck them and get new ones, other than they start puffing up. I am honestly curious what's going on with that white van. I've seen it parked out here before, like, often. I've never noticed, like, free candy painted on the side of it. Although, if I had a can of spray paint, you know, I could probably fix that for him. Here, let me fix your van. Puppies inside. Oh, I didn't even notice that one guy that was a few parking spaces over from me just took off. Guess he came out there for a little peace and quiet, and I was not really obliging him with all my flying around. Of course, he might have been a source of that smell, so I think he might have just been out there to try to get high and was interrupting his buzz. I love those zooming passes. Hey, look at that. Split S going backwards. Didn't mean to do the backwards part. That looked cool, but I almost had to go pick my drone out of a tree. It went backwards on me real fast. Yeah, there isn't anybody in that child molesting van. The rape van. Dude, you cannot have a white van like that and not just immediately have people go, rape van? Seems like just a given, really. White van, hardly any windows. The windows are blocked up. Dude, that dude's doing something in that thing. There's no way he is not. That is not a van for, like, transporting stuff. That is a van for transporting, I don't know, hostages, human prisoners, kidnap victims. Oh, shit, there's a car coming. I think it's a general rule of thumb. If anybody's in this part of the parking lot, they're probably up to no good. I mean, I'm basically up to no good. So, you know, just holding this steady state of scumbags hanging out in this part of the parking lot. Yeah, there goes another battery. Ease it back in. I mean, the difference between the batteries is not enormous. It's like maybe a minute. But if you're only getting 4 minutes, and there's a difference of a minute, it's kind of a big difference. They're basically the same age. They're used for about the same amount of time. So I think there's just some differences in battery. So on this pack, I figured I'd see how much range I can scoot out of this. It's real pretty up here. Look at those lovely clouds. Especially lovely since they're not raining on me at this moment, which is the reason why I didn't put a video out yesterday. And the day before that, I was just too hungover. Busy with my other project. My philosopher coin. The video's on the channel if you're curious on what some of my side projects are. I've always got something going on. I really got to do some things that involve getting some money. So I got a little more daring on this one. Thank goodness. I mean, I know. I just feel like I was just reaching my hand into the open, gaping jaws of bad luck flying around those trees, because my drone rescue kit, I don't think it actually reached tree branches that high. But you know, just for today, bad luck didn't get me at that one spot, even though I practically begged it to. I didn't get stuck in a tree this day. I'm sure it'll happen soon enough. It'll be the 1 second where I'm finally thinking to myself, well, I'm never going to get stuck in a tree. And that's when I'm going to get stuck in the tree. In fact, next time I go out to fly, I mentioned it. Since I mentioned it now, next time I go out to fly, I'm definitely getting stuck in a tree. I'm putting that prediction on the table. Thank goodness I managed to calm down a bit. I don't know what it was. After about the second pack, I started to get the jitters just a little bit. Oh, I'm getting worked up. My confidence was really good right until I smashed my Avata into a bridge. Once that Avata hit the bridge, it's just stuck in my soul. Like, I haven't been rushing back to fly the Avata all the time after that. Alright, I think I'm all out of battery packs. So, speaking of the Avata, switch it over. I gotta get the joystick fixed to my goggles at some point. I'm so distracted on everything else I'm doing. One thing about laser etching is lasers create smoke, so I've got to try to figure out how the hell to do that in my apartment without smoking myself out. I love those passing shots. See, this is the 04 air unit. And it definitely looks better than the 03. I won't debate that in the least. This looks better than the Pavo, but is it dramatically better? Yeah. It's very nice. It's very lovely. The colors are well saturated. There's lots of detail. But man, those 04 air units, the Pro and the Light, they have little problems all over the place. Plenty of indication that they rushed that manufacturing out too fast. Ooh, love all that air conditioning. So my train of thought is, at this point, wait a couple of months until they work out the manufacturing bit. The PCB on the Air 4 Lite, the 04 Lite, it's too thin. It's chipping all the time. And the connectors on the Pro, the connectors on the Pro apparently aren't soldered in all the way. MadsTech found that they're just kind of floating on the solder instead of actually immersed in it. Ooh, check this out. I wanted to see how far I could get with the Avata. I kind of wimped out after about halfway through. I didn't see my signal drop hardly at all. That's halfway, if not maybe 2/3 of the way, all the way down the mall's roof, and my signal was still saying 60 megabits. And whatever was going on with the Pavo and I don't know, the signal interference, I didn't see any of that with this. Although there's a small possibility I was listening to music at the time flying the Pavo. Sometimes I notice some interruption with the signal between the Pavo's video, the 03 air unit, and my Bluetooth headset. I don't think they operate on the same frequency, but maybe they do. Fly around that stupid sign. Ooh, I saw some steam or something coming out of the Chili's roof. I have to go back and take another look at that. Take a quick pass by the child molester van. The rape van. Yeah, I don't see the smoke coming out now. I mean, they're constantly making food over there, right? Shouldn't you always see the smoke coming out the top? I don't see any sign of it. So anyways, the 04 stuff, I think I'm just going to hold off on it. Enjoy the 03's lower price and, solid build quality. Wait for them to iron out the problems with the 04. Everybody else I know is jumping on the 04 bandwagon. I think I'll just wait a little bit. I don't want to be a Luddite about it, but man, I have done that early adopter carnival ride before, and it never ends well. It's always just piles of money and bunches of gear that never seem to work right. Wait till they fix it. Meanwhile, I got a perfectly well-functioning 04 right inside of my Avata. I can't do any crazy acro with it, or I should say I won't do any crazy acro with it, but it's great for, long-range stuff. Alright, it's pretty late. There's still a lot of sun out, it's just, I'm not too sure I can make it to any other place that interesting by the time the sun goes down, so I think I'm just going to head back home for now. Got my returns done. Going to order my air cleaning kit and work on this video. These videos take me up to like 8 hours to put together. It's crazy. Hopefully maybe I'll make another video tomorrow.